Welcome to the Nerds Cantos
Dude,
again.
I don't know that you have to say again. We've made like.
Let's gotta say it again, like we're not
Who
60
is
episodes in.
this? What is this, man? Hold on.
What are we
Dude.
holding on for? We're barely a minute in the
Dude,
episode.
we're barely
What nonsense is that?
before every podcast, as I mentioned to you guys, I like to mute all my Discords so I don't get any notifications.
Oh no.
And the one Discord I didn't mute is one no one ever talks in, and as soon as Nolan did the intro, I got an at everyone message from it. Bro, what is this, man? This is my luck, okay? It doesn't matter.
Wow.
I'll just cut all this out. All right. How do we do podcasts?
Very unprofessionally.
Oh God,
60 episodes in, by the way.
So we're so many episodes in. You know, let's. I was thinking about this actually with the Game of Thrones one. I think I mentioned it during the Game of Thrones. We should introduce ourselves at the top of every episode. You know, so people know our names at least. All right. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, we
Do
can. Yeah.
Revamp the intro.
I almost was thinking it could do. Nah, I lost it. It doesn't matter. I'm Xander.
Yeah, I'm Stewie.
And I'm Nolan.
Why don't be
Why'd
so
you say that like German?
enthusiastic? Yeah, come on, man. We're supposed to hate doing this. We're not supposed to like this, okay?
We're so bad.
Oh, really?
I don't know. You ever watch those podcasts? Here we go. I'm on Instagram Reels, you know, taking a shit as you do, and then there's like I constantly get these podcast clips from like guys who aren't in the manosphere. You know, they're not in like the Andrew Tate kind of vibe, but they're like right on the edge of it, and they really just look like they hate doing it. They don't look like they have fun. They look like they hate life in general. Well, they probably do, but I don't know, you know? Going off...
If you're anywhere near the manosphere, you should hate life.
Life kind of sucks, but going off of those podcasts, it makes it, you know... I don't know, and those ones are the popular ones, so theoretically we're supposed to hate this job. Well, we don't get paid. So
Let's take tips from manosphere podcasters.
Dude, I guarantee you right now, if the next episode of the Nerds Cantos was us talking about how women suck and I started making YouTube shorts and TikToks, we'd have 1 million views. Guarantee it. On everything I own, we could do it. We all just get super, you know, ripped, start taking Ozempic, steroids, you know, all the big O's. Story doesn't start with an O, but it could.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're talking about something that's killing the children today. Yikes, man. This is a comic, not yikes to the comic book. Yikes to our intro. This is a comic book written by James Tynion IV with art by Werther Dell'Edera. It's an Italian name. I tried. I don't know. James Tynion IV is kind of a hot writer right now. He's known for a million other books. He worked on Batman for a little bit. He did the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover trilogy, as well as a couple indie books like The Nice House on the Lake, which I actually really liked, and The Department of Truth, which I have not read yet. But those are kind of his like notable. And then Something Is Killing the Children is like his most famous thing. So
yeah.
we're talking about it. I don't know, guys. We have any initial thoughts here before we get into like the plot? Have you guys heard about this before we read it? What did you guys heard?
Oh yeah, I've read it before all of you, so I definitely have heard about it.
I've seen it at bookstores. That's all I really know about it.
Okay. I read the first volume, which I own. I bought it like 2 years ago, and I was like, I don't like this, and I put it in a box, and I have not taken it out of that box. So, we're here now. We read the first 35 or 36 issues.
Something like
that. I read up to 36.
Yeah.
Because that's where the arc ends.
Okay, cool. So we read the 35. which is 3 arcs. Technically, this is kind of an introduction arc, a flashback arc, and then just another
Continuation of the first.
continuation of the first arc. Yeah, I think this book's okay. What I could off.
Sander hates it. He's being nice. He hates it.
I don't hate it.
Whenever Sanders says okay and fine, that means he's gonna call it mid tomorrow.
I do think it's mid. Let's make no mistake.
There it is.
I think. Listen, I think the art. I think the paneling is a little samey and it gets a little boring, but I do think the art itself is really nice to look at. Especially the action, I think is pretty well done. The monsters are creepy. I'm cool on that end because it's kind of like a horror thing. But the main character, Erica, doesn't do a lot for me, and I don't really care about the rest of the world and the houses and the politics. It isn't.
He hates it, guys.
It's fine, guys. It's like a fine 7 out of 10. Okay,
I would up until the last arc we read, I'd say it's like 7.5 ish. Like I wasn't a huge. It didn't cook me in the first arc especially. Like I was like, okay, I feel like I'm reading a webtoon.
Did you just say cook you in? With a C?
Hook. I said hook.
Okay.
Did I say cook?
I think you
You
did.
definitely said cook. You definitely did.
My fault. It didn't hook me in. I felt like I was reading a webtoon, just like your standard run of the mill weekly or bi-weekly webtoon. You pay 3 extra coins for to get it early, sort of deal. But the flashback arc, I really did enjoy. I was like, okay, this is better. Give me some context to the world. I was like, all right. And like the whole house thing is kind of, whatever. It's pretty standard for this job. No, like, I don't know.
I mean, it's
type.
It's pretty standard for the like. Not that I want to mention this series, but in a post Harry Potter world, I feel like having a magical world that's secret, but also has a bunch of houses and like dividing politics. I feel like you see it a lot, and it doesn't really interest me that much. And you mentioned webtoons, I think, which is a solid example, Nolan, and also I think manga is a good example where this feels very webtoony. It feels very anime. And I think the houses are like especially an anime trope, where like the dividing politics with like secret magic and stuff is like such an anime thing.
I'd say so. I mean, they don't really have magic. They have like a
no, they don't have magic in this, but I'm just saying magic in the sense that like there is like the monsters are magic, supernatural stuff. I don't.
And they all have rudimentary like melee weapons that are like enchanted or something. Especially
clearly do more damage than
I think they're special. Erica buys some at the store.
Erica buys some at the start, but then like I don't know.
They explain how the blue masks make special weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
but that was like earlier. But
who knows? See, that's the thing is I think to me the like current plot with Erica and stuff just it feels very disconnected from like whatever the politics / houses are. Like I just feel like we're not like there's more. I don't know. There's this whole world of here, I guess, but I feel like I don't know anything. Even 35 issues in, like I'm like I know that there's American houses, and I know that there's British houses, and the one character we meet from the British house is a fucking crazy person. So, like, that's about...
Yeah, I definitely do think there could be more world building. I think it is intentional that Erica doesn't really interact with that side, because she is a fugitive, and she's also a black mask apart from that, and they're supposed to be, like, solo hunters. So I do think it makes sense that way, but we definitely could know a little more. I think if the flashback arc was longer, I think I'd like a bit more than the other two arcs. I still like it. I should say that. I like all the arcs. But I do think the flashback arc should have been longer. Or at least they should have gone back to it.
I
think they will.
I think the arc we didn't read is another flashback arc. So 36 and onwards, to my knowledge. There's also a spin-off book, which we mentioned off camera, called House of Slaughter, which is more about the houses, but frankly, I shouldn't have to read your spin-off book. You know, that's just I don't know if that book's good or not, but like I feel like in the main series should have all of the information. But yeah. I thought the flashback arc was fine. My only issue with it is like two of the handful of characters they really want you to care about in the flashback arc are fucking dead. And so it's a little like and Jessica's fine because she's like a dead mentor, and so flashing back to like get Jessica to really pull on your heartstrings is okay. But Aaron in particular, he showed up in the first arc. I thought he was kind of interesting. He had a little bit of a mini character arc where he was like, "Fuck it, I'll try and hold off these monsters and probably die," and then he does die, and he dies immediately.
Like one shot, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. Where he's like, "Don't let me go out like this," and then they rip him in half, and you're like, "Oh, damn!" And then immediately the flashback arc like tries to paint him as like him and Erica having a much closer relationship than, in my opinion, the first arc gave off. Like it didn't look like they liked each other at all, and then in the flashback arc, they're like. Basically, they become brother and sister, and I was like, "Whoa, where did that go? What are we talking about?"
In the first arc, it's like implied he did something to betray her, obviously. Which, given how high up he is in like the political house situation, probably would explain that. But we don't see that obviously. I do think it's a mistake. I think actually it's the biggest mistake of the book so far to kill Aaron so early, because he's the only other black man besides Erica. He's also the most politically minded character we had at the start.
Yeah.
Before the other came in.
Also trained by Jessica, who, as I mentioned, is the dead mentor. So, like, also that connection that they're actually kind of brother and sister. You know, like, there's a lot going on with Aaron's character, and he's dead.
He dies badly. It is not good.
No, it's pretty badly, and I really feel like Erica didn't. I don't want to say.
Yeah, I mean she's like kind of desensitized.
Yeah, so maybe that's it. But
showing it, but she definitely did care more about
Ben.
I'm blanking on his name.
Is it old Ben? Yeah.
Yes.
Who I liked. He was another character introduced in the flashback arc. He has like the dogs, and he has like the farm or whatever. I thought he was cool, and then he has cancer in the present time, and he dies. He gets tortured. This is
tortured by the Scarlet Mask woman.
This is a very bleak book.
Yeah, it's an incredibly bleak story.
Yeah. Which I think is.
I think we see like fucking.
Multiple children.
We see at least like a dozen children die in the first arc.
Listen,
it's so bad.
The title is a promise, and it fulfills that. Okay. Something is killing the children. A bit of a long title, if I do say so. But it's a fucking anime title where they're like a goddamn sentence, dude, and it pisses me off when titles do that. But I get it, because something is killing the children. I don't know. It's I don't know, everything we just said about the first arc. Basically, I do like I think the first arc is the weakest. I don't think it's like abysmal by any means. But I just didn't really care about what's the kid's name? Like the main, not the little girl, but the boy who like invented the monster.
The gay kid.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember his name. All I know about him is he does look exactly like the writer. I've watched a lot of interviews with the writer. It's just that was throwing me off. But like, I didn't really care for him. I thought he's supposed to be like, what is he, like 14 or something? But he kind of like talks like an adult. He has that like talk like an adult kind of. And I thought the girl from Arc 3 as well, like the second present day arc, also kind of has that thing where like they don't really talk or act like kids. They kind of just talk like mini adults, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys
Stephen King child.
It is, but I also think Stephen King does have children act like children. And sometimes not, but sometimes he does. But that's, I don't know, that's a separate thing. But that's like one of my bigger complaints is I just don't like that kid from the first. I just don't think he's
interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he's interesting, and a lot of the first arc is about him. I was more interested in I should have taken notes. The one time I don't take notes for a Cantos, and I've forgotten every character's name. But the it was a loud sneeze from my mom in the background. I hope the mic didn't pick that up. It's getting cut out.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, well, it's this what's the guy's name? I don't think he works at the bar, but he goes to the bar and he doesn't have that great relationship with his mother, and his sister is one of the kids. Because he's kind of like a main character. I kind of fucked with him, like learning about monsters, because Erica like lets him see that monsters are real, and he kind of learns.
Stabs him with the
stabs him with the thing, and he shoots, as you put it, Nolan. He shoots the gay kid because none of us can remember his name, and I thought he kind of had an interesting character arc, and I thought reading it, I was like, oh, maybe like if Erica abandons the house, which she ends up doing, like maybe this guy can go with her and help her hunt monsters or something, because like he literally has nothing going, like his life sucks, and they like make a point to point out that his relationship with his mom isn't great. His sister's dead. No one in town really likes him. He has like one friend, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe he like goes with Erica and they hunt monsters or something, but he ends up just in what I thought was a very heroic moment, he like takes the fall so the whole town doesn't get massacred by the house of slaughter. He like goes to jail or whatever. And I'm like, are we gonna see him again? Or is he just gone? I don't know. I don't know what you guys thought. I don't know if you guys liked him or not, but
I thought he was an interesting Dragonist. I don't know how to say that. But I don't know. I think Oliver would have been a better apprentice, but he did need more. I think his name was Oliver. I genuinely couldn't remember.
I keep thinking I don't know. I actually don't think Erica will ever get an apprentice, but every arc so far, I have thought she's definitely going to get an apprentice.
I mean, she said as much in the first arc. She doesn't want
she's like, I don't want to do that.
Any kid to go through that.
But I thought it was pretty
fair enough.
Well, it's pretty bad. I mean, these monsters are crazy.
I wasn't even talking about the monster part. I was talking about the part where they lock you in a bar and you have to confront the monster that killed your family.
I'm like, dude, I mean, if I was Erica, I'd take an apprentice. I just wouldn't do that. Because that's only so you can have the
the fucked up stuffed animal.
This teddy bear, yeah. Which I guess you need the teddy bear because the teddy bear gives you information.
Yeah.
But I also can't get a read on. I don't know if Ericus has a name.
Octo.
Okay, Octo.
Yeah,
I'm like, is he? I know he's a monster, and Erica mentions that he is a piece of shit, and he does just want to kill Erica. But I'm also sometimes he gives helpful information. I'm like, I don't know if he is. I don't know. That feels like a Chekhov's.
They say they domesticate it, kind of they tame it a little bit to where it at least obeys in a small way.
It feels like a Chekhov's gun to me. I think. I don't.
I mean, it ties back into the flashback. It should have been a bit longer, right, to explain things better and to flesh out the mechanics of how the House of Slaughter actually works.
Well, it's all
because so far all we know is what the houses are and what they do, at a basic sense. Like
and there's dragons apparently.
There are dragons. That's a there are the vampires and the dragons thing. I was like, all right, the coven. I don't think we mentioned this book is not. I mean, we kind of mentioned the book's not over, so like it's hard.
Yeah, no, it's on chapter 46, I think, chapter 45.
Yeah, and it's obviously it's an indie book, with one artist, one writer, so it does the thing that indie books like that do, which they take a lot of breaks, as they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but just means this book does not come out like a Marvel or DC comic book where you get one a month, and for this you get like maybe 5 or 6 a year, maybe more, and I think that's cool. But I do think where we're at, I have no idea what the main, not that there has to be a main story or main plot kind of going on, but I'm not entirely sure what we're building to. I feel like we have a lot of pieces, but
they definitely set up that maybe Erica's gonna turn either turn back from the House of Flower or go back to them and reform the Black Mask and maybe the whole America part.
Yeah.
At least that's what the dragon and Cecilia talked about.
But then Erica leaves.
She does where we left but maybe she changes her mind.
Maybe she goes back. I'd be interested to see in the future.
Because she did seem to kind of almost listen to Cecilia. It was a good idea.
Listen, Cecilia came, and that's a good idea on the dragon and Cecilia's part. Okay, I was like, Eric, you should take that deal. But hey, I guess do you guys remember the little kid's name in Arc 3 who gets fucking brutally murdered right after / before that? So I guess it doesn't. Bad. That's a pretty bad one, actually. No,
it's
tough.
Everyone nearly does die horribly.
No, yeah, it's bleak, and there's no hope at all. I mean, Erica kills the monsters. If that helps, but it doesn't feel like it helps at all. It doesn't really feel like she's.
Her name was Gabby, by the way.
Gabby, okay.
Gabby. And Gabby's her dead aunt's lesbian lover. Bartender. Yeah. She's swearing vengeance on Erica. That's interesting.
So I do think that'll come back. It's interesting to me that these the two present arcs that we have read are you get a lot of backstory on people from the town Erica's in, and these characters that may or may not ever come back again. Which on one hand I kind of like, but then also they just end up being brutally murdered, man. I'm just like, damn, okay. I guess that's what we're doing now.
Dude, rip all those cops too.
Dude,
that shit was crazy.
And the fatter cop who was going to get coffee had a little rapport with the barista, I was like, damn. Bro got killed out back.
The Azure Mask better be paid insane amounts because they have so much work to do.
Yeah. No, it is. I'm really interested. I'm interested in the house stuff. I want more, which I guess again, we haven't read the spin-off book, but I guess I would get more in the spin-off book. But I'm just interested to see more of it in this one because I feel like we don't really know a lot. The flashback explains what the Black Masks and the white it's Black Masks who are solo hunters. The blue masks are the tech people.
The Azure Masks are information control, and they help the hunters, the other hunters.
The white masks hunting a pack, right?
Gank squad.
Yeah, and they're for either a pack monster or when shit gets out of hand. It's okay, you send in the white masks and they or is that and then what are the red masks?
They're the bookkeepers.
Yeah, the Sky Masks are the bookkeepers. They have all the information. Yeah. And then there's Silver Masks, which there are only 2 of, and they hunt special monsters, so it's special weapons.
The vampires.
They mentioned the vampire, where I was so we're gonna see a vampire, right?
And then there are the Jade Masks, which are the super OP hunters apparently. But there's none in
dragons.
I I want to see I want to know what a dragon looks like, because these monsters are crazy looking. And the two or three monsters we've seen don't look anything like they don't share any like similar qualities in terms of what they look like and stuff. So it's just like crazy shit is going on.
That second monster was cool, the duplicit type. I like that.
Yeah, where he like mimics people, which is interesting. I like the monsters are created by like kids' imaginations and their fears. You know, I'm a fan of that kind of horror. So that's all cool. But yeah,
cool world.
I mean, that's
just the story. This character specifically, the one that it's following, isn't doing it for us.
No, Erica.
I like the idea of Erica because I guess she's clear, in my opinion. I think she's supposed to be more like a man with no name kind of character. You know, someone who drifts from place to place.
Yeah, definitely.
And she does have interesting like motivations. She does want to genuinely help. But I feel like I don't know. It all goes back to the flashback arc. But I feel like we haven't seen enough to get her up to where she is now. We got her backstory. We got the beginning of it. We know how she becomes a hunter, and we know who trains her, obviously. But after that, it's just kind of like nothing.
Yeah.
And like Xander said, they do flashback in the next arc, apparently. But like, I don't know. I feel like it should have just been longer, like the first one.
Yeah, I don't think it's like... Because these arcs are long, too. So with 35 issues, 3 arcs, it's like every 10... Like, I think the first arc was like 12 issues. And then I think the second one was like...
Something like that.
I think the flashback was like 5 or 6, and then the rest of up to 35 is this, like, third arc. So, like, these are long chunks of comic book, you know?
And I just looked up, like, how long it's been for that arc to finish. It took about 2 years.
Right. So these, like, you know... They don't feel drawn out when you're reading them, but in terms of the release date, that seems a little absurd to me. And I do think you could probably shorten. At least the first one, for sure. The second one I enjoy, or the second present day arc, I enjoyed a lot more, but you could definitely shorten that first. That introduction arc, I thought, was a little long. And on your point, Sui, I was going to say Erica, I for sure agree that she is like definitely the kind of man with no name, sort of the lone wolf kind of character. But the thing that, and I don't know if you guys will agree with this, but the thing for me that makes Erica kind of uninteresting is she doesn't, as of where we are, she like doesn't have any flaws. Like there isn't like, and I mean no, she's not doing everything like she's not great in the sense that like she's killing the monsters without getting fucked up. Like she's getting fucked up and the people around her are dying, but her as a character, like in reading it, I just don't really like, to me it doesn't come off like she has like I don't know, she's good at talking to people for the most part. She can talk her way out of some situations pretty well. She can fight really well, you know, like you know, does that make sense? Where I'm just like, I don't really have like,
I can see where you're coming from. I do think she's a little flawed in the fact that she's reckless, and I would also say she's a little arrogant, because every situation she goes into, she figures she could just kill the monster and be done with it. In like the last 2 arcs, she has failed at that and made everything worse, as everyone points out to her. I could see where you're coming. I can
see that, but I guess in my brain, because she's not like I said, she's not winning against these monsters like 100%, but like in my brain, I almost see that as a failing of like the world around it. Like I think, because each time she's fought a monster that we've seen, other shit has gotten in her way. Like except for the duplicitize, she did like underestimate, I should say. She was like, oh, I'll be able to kill it, and then she wasn't. But that was also kind of because there was other people around, you know. Like I'm like, there's stuff where I'm like, I don't. She's definitely a little arrogant, but I just maybe ham it up a little more. I just feel like I don't get Erica as a character yet. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I haven't. I'm not attached, and I feel like she could use maybe some more overt flaws, like, because I could see what you're saying, Stu, with the arrogance and the, thinking she can 100% kill these monsters, but I feel like I need a little bit more of that, and maybe that'll show up in the flashback, because I think they mentioned that Jessica gets killed by the House of Slaughter for some reason, but I think they've mentioned that whatever that reason is, it's like directly a cause of something Erica did.
Yeah, Cecilia definitely directly blames her for
right.
it. I don't think the others have said anything like that. Not even Aaron, but I could be misremembering. But Cecilia definitely blames Erica directly.
So it's probably something that Erica that was not her fault in any way, but like can technically be blamed on her, I'm sure. But I am interested to see like what that is. Because I just feel like we're missing a chunk of her as a character, and also the plot, because I'm like, I just don't, I need more of these flashbacks to truly understand this world and these characters.
Almost makes you wish it started at a different point.
I honestly, yeah, I mean, I understand doing the introduction present day arc, but I almost like think it would be a little more interesting if that was like maybe 5 to 6 issues. They kill the monster, but maybe, the kid gets shot or whatever, and then it's like, okay, I've killed the monster, but the kid got shot. Oh no, I'm gonna leave, and then like you just start doing flashbacks to show you like how we got here. Because I just feel like we're missing a lot of stuff. And that's my take on the book. Again, the book's not done. I do want to mention that, I guess. So like give it in I don't know, in 10 years when the book ends and it could be a masterpiece, maybe we'll make a comeback, We'll come out of
I look
retirement.
forward to looking back at it. Like
for sure.
I want to.
I want to. The best thing I can say is, even though I know I'm the most down on it, I do want to read more when it comes out. But I also don't want to read a book. Reading indie books is hard when you get like 5 issues a year. It's not fun, so.
Yeah. It sucks. There was only 10 that came out in the last 2 years.
Oh, God, man.
None in 2026 so far.
Work that art, but that's how I feel reading Saga, dude. It's a hard life out here being a fan of indie comic books, boys. But yeah, you guys got anything?
No, I think we said. I mean, yeah. Unless you want to do a plot rundown, but I don't think we really need that.
I don't think we need to. I think if you somehow made it this far in the video, I think you should just go read Something is Killing the Children, or yell at us in the comments for why it's actually better than we've all said it is. Because I'm sure there's gonna be like 2 Something is Killing the Children fans yelling at us in the comments.
Someone's probably gonna get pissed I called it a webtoon.
Hey, man. You can fight with them in the comments. Get down in the comments, 2 viewers. Okay, start yelling at Nolan, and we'll have real arguments in there with you.
Yeah, dude, I'll fucking throw hands. I'll throw hands.
Amen, dude. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Like I mentioned, I think it's a solid 7 out of 10 for me so far. Definitely worth reading, but nothing too crazy.
Yep. Well, guess we're done then, huh?
Stewie's got to give his rating, bro. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
God damn,
wait for you to finish your bit. But yeah, I'd say it's an 8. I really like the art. I should have said that a little bit more.
It's good.
That we were talking about the story. The art is really good. I really like it. Like Zara said earlier, the monsters, they are like they're like shadow monsters, so it's a little hard to like put a lot of detail, but they're drawn really well. I really like Erica's design. I think it's simple and nice. I like the bandanas on all the hunters, honestly. I think it's a pretty nice design.
They're cool looking.
But yeah, I'd say it's a solid 8, at least for me. I do look forward to reading it when it's finished. And hopefully they expand more in Erica. Because I want to know more about her. Because she is the main character. We don't know that much.
Yeah. There we got it, boys. Something's killing the children, all right? There we got it. A shorter little Nerds Cantos here. thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys. What month is it, guys? What month?
February.
All right. Well, the Ultimate Universe hasn't ended yet, so I know we promised that video would come out in January, but then the books keep getting delayed. So we'll see you with whatever we do next, and sometime in April, we'll see you for the big Ultimate Universe ending video. Goodbye.
Hopefully.
Bye bye.